strikeouts looking, which leads the American League.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. Grichuk, Bellinger, and Judge left to right in the outfield. Rosario, Caballero, Chisholm, and Rice. That's third to first. Escara gets struck behind the plate. Day game after night game. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH, Will Warren on the mound. Defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. It's a beautiful day. A little bit of a chill in the air, so it's getting a little cooler. It's supposed to be very cold next week, but the Yankees will be on the road. Garcia's ready. Warren's ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. Fly ball down the left field line. Giving chases Grichuk. He's not going to get there. He's going to play it on a hop. And Garcia, running hard out of the box, gets himself a double on the first pitch.
Well, we talked about Garcia and how they signed him up. They got big plans for him to be a part of the future here in Kansas City. He came out of the dugout swinging. First pitch. Right down the line, leadoff double.
Well, the Royals have a 5-game losing streak, and they've lost 8 of their last 10. And in 12 of their games, they're 7-13, so 12 out of 20 games, they've scored 2 runs or fewer. And that's the most such games in the majors. So their offense has really labored.
Yeah, their offense second worst in the major leagues, just behind the Cincinnati Reds, who score 3.3 runs. Kansas City 3.5. Not real good.
Woo! 0-2 on Bobby Witt. Chisholm trying to chase back Garcia at second base. Foul back. Home plate umpire is Tyler Jones. Umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered neutral. First game this season behind the plate. 6th career game behind home plate, just in his 2nd big league season.
I moved a piece of paper. We're already fighting up here, Michael.
Unbelievable.
I'm glad it was a short read because you could memorize by then.
1-2 on Witt. Yankees won last night 4-2. Have one more game on the homestand tomorrow. Monday's an off day, and then a 9-game road trip against the Red Sox, the Astros, and the Rangers. Swing and a miss. Chased a 4-seamer out of the zone. Witt down on strikes.
Well, you can't explain it, but you know, he's not really overpowering, but he gets a ton of swing and misses with this fastball. All has to do with the spin rate and the late life on the fastball. Big strikeout there. Bobby Witt off the plate, right under it.
Here's Pasquantino with a home run yesterday. He had gone 18 games without hitting a home run. And this is a guy who had 113 RBIs last year.
Yeah, we went over it last night, Michael. I mean, if their first 4 guys, Sal Perez day off today, but their first 4 guys are the base of their offense, and all of them are basically struggling. So they're just having terrible time scoring runs.
Pickoff on. Diving back Garcia. Here's his home run from last night, Paul.
Yeah, ahead in the count. You just cannot miss late in the game, down and into a lefty. The ball looked like he tried to throw a 2-seamer, but he's so accustomed to throwing that cutter that he could not get the ball away.
Two and one on Pasquantino. .28 years old, 5th big league season, grew up a Yankee fan. Favorite player was Derek Jeter. So it's a strike, and it's quickly challenged by Pasquantino.
The batter
ABS
challenging.
powered by T-Mobile. Wow.
The pitch is a ball. Kansas City has
He's
2
got some
challenges
eye.
remaining.
I can't even tell the difference of a hit there,
I
even
mean,
on the big
goodness
screen.
gracious.
What's that, 1/100th of an inch or 1/10 of an inch there?
Looks even less than that. So instead of 2-2, it's 3-1. Counts definitely in his favor. It's amazing that he challenged it with such certitude. And, you know, it was an eyelash.
Well, if you're going to challenge, I guess you got to play the game. You know, I saw it. I know it's a ball. And then, you know, when you see how close it was, it's like, wow.
Strike 3.
Wow. Just do not understand it from here. You know, how can you take this pitch? But that's what, 68 or 69 in the past 2 years lead baseball. It's just the life of that. You think it's low, and it just holds its plane and hits the very bottom of the strike zone.
And he didn't challenge that one. Here's Caglione. One and 0. The 68 called strikeout. I mean, that means this ball must move a lot.
Yeah, it just holds its plane low, kind of takes off high. Much better attempt there. You know, Garcia only 1 stolen base on the year, but you know, they just want to make sure that he's awake out there. It's early.
Caglione, 6th overall pick in the first round in 2024 out of the University of Florida, 23 years old, from Tampa. Two and 0. He is a first baseman by trade, but spent most of his rookie season in right, and he's in right today. They've got Pasquantino at first base. 2-0. Center field and deep. Bellinger has room, puts it away, and that'll do it. So Warren pitches around the leadoff double, and the Yankees are coming to bat. Judge and Bellinger, that's the top of the order. Stanton, the red-hot Rice, and Randall Grichuk, the middle. On the bottom third, Chisholm, Caballero, and catching and batting ninth, J.C. Escar. Noah Cameron, this will be his 4th start, 1-0 with a 3.94 ERA. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he had a rookie breakout last season, really good. A 2.99 ERA in 24 starts. He was 4th in Rookie of the Year voting last year. And left on left, he has been absolutely dominant against lefty hitters in his career. 170 career against lefties. And a bad memory. 1 lifetime start against the Yankees. He gave up a career 6 earned runs. That was a career high, and including an Aaron Judge home run.
So Pasquantino talks to the home plate umpire, and now talks to the starter. Not quite sure what's going on. Looks like they're holding the game up for a moment.
Bottom of the first here.
Latrara's out there arguing.
It's bottom of the first. Give me that mad already.
Manager Matt Cortaro. We got a say-in. Not quite sure what Cortaro was arguing about. Nothing seemed unusual in the top of the inning. So Rosario will lead it off. All things settled down. 26-year-old lefty kicks and deals. Grounded third base, Garcia. 1 pitch, 1 out. Check out the Royals defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we'll keep a close eye on Isbell. He is our Car Shield defensive player profile. He is really good in center. 33 outs above average since 2023. That's 5th among major league outfielders.
You know, Cortaro ran down in the tunnel. They didn't throw him out, did they?
I didn't see he was thrown out, but he might have been. Well, the bench coach is Paul Hoover. You would assume he would take over the reins if Cortaro is thrown out. 3-0 on Judge. Judge had a double against Wacha in the first inning yesterday. 4-pitch walk. The captain reaches first. Let's see. This is them arguing. That was, there he is. The arm wave got him thrown out. There's Bellinger. He has a 6-game hitting streak, but he's gone 11 games without a home run. So 1 home run and 6 ribbies on the year. Cameron's season last year earned him 4th place in the American League Rookie of the Year voting. Nick Kurtz won, then Jacob Wilson, Roman Anthony, and Noah Cameron. Now, 2 starts ago in Cleveland, it was 33 degrees. 2-1. Grounded to second. There's one on the first, not in time.
Go on, Mike. It was 33 degrees.
33 degrees, and he's walking around barefoot on the field before the game.
Grounding himself? He
said he wanted to get a true feel for the conditions. Then he went out and threw 5 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. Now, that doesn't surprise you when it's a left-handed pitcher. If a righty did that, you go, huh? I've always thought that in another life, David Cone was left-handed.
He just switched it.
He's got that left-handed mindset. Stanton won for his last 16 with 9 strikeouts. You can see he's a little off balance at the plate. Count 2-0. You know, I'm wondering, the only thing that in looking at the top of the first, maybe he thought the pickoff attempt was a balk?
Yeah. I mean, that's really the only thing that happened in the first inning that you would argue at the second base. But the pickoff, it wasn't even successful.
Right. Well, if it was a balk, he would have moved the third,
yeah.
So maybe it changes. And they had 2 attempts. The second one was better than the first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the pickoff. Maybe he's saying he didn't come to a full stop.
I don't.
He did go quickly there.
Yeah.
Popped up, way up there, right side. And Pasquantino makes the play. Yankee strand 1 will go to the second. judging duties after Quartaro was thrown out. Hey, play FanDuel's a Daily Dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Ben Rice plus 420, JC Escara plus 950. And there's a strike to Jensen.
Escara goes deep. Somebody's going to be happy. Plus 950.
950. Huh? So we're looking at the rule about coming to a complete stop. Rule 5.07A2. And there's a challenge right now.
The pitch is called a strike. The batter's challenging.
So Jensen is going to challenge this one, powered by T-Mobile.
The pitch is a ball. Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
They're pretty good at this. Anyway, the rule says the pitcher following his stretch must hold the ball in both hands in front of his body and come to a complete stop. This must be enforced. Umpires should watch this closely. Pitchers are constantly attempting to beat the rule in their efforts to hold runners on base, and in cases where the pitcher fails to make a complete stop called for in the rules, the umpire should immediately call a balk.
Yeah, that's. I see what he's talking about. It's borderline because a pause or a complete whatever. There was a lot of movement. He started to spin before really there was a lot of anything just stopping.
Well, the second base umpire, Nestor Ceja, did not see it that way. Swing and a miss. Jensen down on strikes. Well, this is the pitch after the pickoff. And he's hearing it from the Royals bench, and you can see he's pointing that way. Well, you must have great hearing to hear the Royals bench from out there.
Yeah, umpires, I think they got hearing aids. Everything you say over there, they seem to, if you're chirping.
Michael Massey takes a strike from Warren. One and two. Nice play there by Caballero to get Massey.
Again, he's playing up the middle, but he goes all the way on the other side of second base, makes this play look easy. That's a lot of range from Caballero.
And a good throw. There's Isaac Collins. He missed the last 3 games after he bruised his right knee on the fence while chasing a foul ball in Detroit. He was available yesterday off the bench, but today getting the start at the DH. The Royals got him from the Brewers in a December trade. Collins and Nick Mears for Angel Zerpa. And he was 4th in the National League Rookie of the Year voting last year. Drake Baldwin, Cade Horton, Caleb Durbin, and Isaac Collins. Close. Now, you've heard, Paul, that in the minors, they're like experimenting with a check swing replay.
Mm-hmm.
And that the foul lines would be the cutoff point. To me, that's a full swing. If your bat goes up to the foul line.
Yeah, you can hit a double.
Yeah. 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strong inning for Will Warren. He has 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Of the Yankees. And today's picture is of Delisa, who was here at the stadium for her first game in 3 years. Come on, Delisa. You have to be here more than that. Yeah, you have your picture on Yes. Show up again. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention Yes in pictures that you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Here's red hot Ben Rice. 1-0. Rice starting against a lefty who's tough on lefties. Same side, really tough. And Boone has said there's no platoon at first base. He has started Goldschmidt against some lefties at first base, but obviously he's got to get Goldschmidt in some games in order for him to be an effective pinch hitter, but he's starting Rice against a tough lefty on lefty.
And Michael, he was asked about that earlier today, and he said, ideally in a perfect world, I would like both of them to be out there at the same time. But you noted Rice, one of the Yankees' most consistent hitters so far this season, unless Giancarlo Stanton is DHing, which could potentially happen in the next couple of days. It is either or when it comes to first base. And the way Ben Rice has been hitting the ball, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's first in hard hit percentage and third in average exit velocity. They want to make sure his bat remains in the lineup. Michael, the other option would be to have him behind the plate, but Aaron Boone said the other day they still don't feel as though he is ready to catch. They want him to concentrate at first base and continue to get it done in the batter's box.
The 0-1. It's interesting. Tomorrow, Royal starting a lefty. And if they stay in their rotation order, the first 2 games in Boston are also left-handed starters for the Red Sox.
You know,
strike 3, Grichuk down looking.
There were times that, you know, you would face 5, 6 lefties in a row. They would stack the lineup. And it really kind of messes with your mechanics a little bit. Because as a lefty, you work so much on keeping that front shoulder closed that if you time and time again, then all of a sudden you're closing too much. And then you start jamming yourself against a righty. So best thing is to have a lefty at bat, righty at bat. You know, just keep it, you know, back and forth.
So Jazz tried the drag bunt and missed. Count 0-1.
A good pitch to bunt. Up in his eyes. Just missed it.
You know, McMahon finally got off the schneid with that big home run. And Jazz Chisholm, hitting 174, is yet to put a ball on the seats. Ground ball, first base. And Pasquantino beats him to the bag. Yankees go down 1-2-3, and we'll go to the 3rd. Well, MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Lane Thomas will lead off. Will Warren just misses outside. 1-0. 4 strikeouts for Warren in 2 innings.
All of a sudden, Lane Thomas steps to the plate. 5 consecutive, the way this lineup is configured, 5 consecutive left-handed hitters.
Fly ball center field, Bellinger. One down. Here's Kyle Isbell. 1 for his last 19. One and 0. Right back to Warren. He steadies. 2 down.
Well,
Obviously Cam Slittler gets the love and he's earned it, but very quietly, Will Warren's become a quite dependable starter. All those starts he made last year, he wasn't even supposed to be in the big leagues, but injuries dictated that, and he took the ball every 5 days, never missed a start, and had a really representative rookie year. I think he looks even better this year.
Well, I mean, that's what we were talking in the pregame about his last start. He was just like this, first 3 innings, and all of a sudden there was an error and some base runners, and he just kind of lost it. But if you think about what has happened, there was a competition. He stepped ahead of Heel. Heel ended up, going to AAA to start the season. So Aaron Boone, Matt Blake, a lot of confidence in what Warren's doing.
And the Yankees are going to have very tough decisions with which starter is going to go to the bullpen when Cole and Rodon get back. Well, he's making it tough on them. Warren with his 5th strikeout.
That I've noticed with the challenging system. Now watch his reaction. Throws his helmet down, doesn't even get a second look from the umpire. Because of the challenging system, the umpires don't think that you're questioning the call. In the old days, you could be thrown out for that. And that's another thing that I like about it. I mean, he's mad because he took a strike. In the old days, you throw your helmet down, the umpire thinks you're mad at them all the time.
Popped up. Jensen really battled that one, make the catch. He still should have been thrown out. You can't throw your equipment.
He didn't even get a second look.
It's amazing.
Well, Jensen really fighting the sun there. Tough day now that the clouds are out of here. And Jensen's a big future prospect. I mean, Sal Perez has been there forever, 14 seasons, and still your everyday catcher. But the future is right there in Carter Jensen.
J.C. Escara takes the ball 1-0. Escara has 1 hit on the season. 2-0. High fly ball, right center. Isbell on the run, and they run into each other, and the ball is dropped, and Escara is going for 3, and he will make it. Boy, that was unfolding in slow motion. That's the center fielder's ball, Paul.
No doubt about it. We saw the other day when the Angels, the shortstop has priority right here. We've got Isbell, one of the best center fielders in the world, ends up getting tied up. Ball drops. Escara, you really got a guy out of the box, ran the whole way, ends up at third base. And a big break for the Yankees. All I thought off the bat was plus 950. I thought maybe he got the home run, but nope. But again, not jogging the whole way, ends up at third base. I think he's got a good opportunity to score a run there.
And brings the infield in. Pitch up and away to Rosario.
He's screaming and yelling. I don't know if Isbell called him off, but you got to get out of the way if you're the right fielder. If you hear any kind of voice.
That'll get a run in. Thomas turns and looks. It'll get more than a run in. A 2-run home run by Rosario. And the Yankees are up 2-0.
What a great pickup Rosario is. It's an ideal situation for him. As good as he is against left-handed left-handed pitchers, you've got so much protection with Aaron Judge and Stanton that he can just sneak in and have his games against lefties. Third home run of the year and a big one for the Yankees.
So here's Judge. Now, if you're keeping score at home, Escobar given a triple.
Guess if you hit it 380 feet, they just give you a hit. Right?
1-1.
And if you take the center fielder off the field or the right fielder off the field on that play, the ball gets caught.
Yep. And if you're hesitant about giving either one of them, which one of them should you give the error to? That's why you need a team error. That's an error. The pitcher got an out. I mean, I'm glad for J.C. Escobar getting a triple, but Noah Cameron's not glad. And that's Escobar's first career triple. Well, they've decided they are not throwing strikes to Aaron Judge, so he walks for the second time.
Quick bat. I mean, just right to the ball. You think he knew he got it? We were talking yesterday just how much energy and fun he plays. You can't help but root for him.
Bellinger crushes one to right field. There it goes. See ya. Into the second deck. A two-run shot for Bellinger, and the Yankees lead 4-0.
Well, a no-doubter by Cody Bellinger, second of the year. We talked about how tough Cameron is on lefties. Well, he left one over the middle of the plate, and Bellinger did not miss it. Absolute rocket. Yankees up 4-0.
You know, Paul, you can't get into the brain of a player, but you can only try to put 2 and 2 together. Cameron must have gotten on nerve with the Escobar ball.
Yeah, you've got to be able to recover somewhat as a pitcher. I mean, not every ball's caught. There are errors. You know, all of a sudden you take it as a challenge to pick up a teammate. But this ball right here looked like he tried to throw something spinning away, and it just kind of hung right over the middle of the plate. Bellinger's had some big swings lately and just missed a couple balls, but he didn't miss that one.
11 games without a home run until that one, his second home run of the year. Now has a 7-game hitting streak as well. Two and one on Stanton.
Well, you see Max Fried over there talking to him, and you usually don't see pitchers. Max Fried's probably asking, what'd you see there? Because I don't want to throw that one to a left-handed hitter. Most of the guys, you know, are the teammates and they're hitters that understand, you know, what pitch you got, what you did with it. That was in the second deck there, Michael.
Ground ball up the middle. Massey fields and gets Stanton. There's Ben Rice grounded to first in the second. They've just changed that triple to an EA.
Listen to the telecast, Michael. They didn't want to contradict you. You know, they've had enough. Michael said it's an error. It's an error. Getting them off the plate there. A little up and in.
Three and 0 on Rice. Boy, the Royals have been struggling so mightily to score runs. 4-0 seems like a big hill for them to climb. 3-1. Driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. Against the lefty into the second deck. And it is 5-0 Yanks.
Wow. Ben Rice hits the ball hard, Michael. You know that? Got in a hitter's count. 398 feet. We just saw back-to-back lefty shots into the second deck. Those are rockets.
So 2 of the Yankee left-handed batters go yard against a lefty who's really tough on lefties.
Yeah, career-wise, 170 coming into the game. Lefties against Cameron. Well, good fastballs, a hanging slider to Bellinger, and then a 3-1 fastball to Ben Rice. No problem getting to it.
That one is lined down the left field line. It's a base hit for Grichuk. Thomas cuts it off. Grichuk going for 2. Here's the throw. Wide and not in time.
Just everything in sync. He just is so quick to the ball. You see him actually pull his hands in a little bit just to throw the barrel to the ball, and just a shot. And now Grichuk with another bullet. So you're seeing Rosario, Grichuk, guys that you want in against lefties, having great swings right now. Ben Rice, so you can watch that one all day.
Here's Jazz. 1-0. One and one. Jazz is desperate to join the home run party. Rice has 7 home runs this season, tied for 4th in baseball. Two and 2 on Chisholm. Swing and a miss. But the Yankees send 9 runners to the plate, and they get 5 runs. And it started with this play. Ascara with a high fly ball. They bang into each other and 3 bases. And then 3 more bangs. That's right, Rosario, Bellinger, and Rice. The Bronx Bombers here in the 3rd, 5-0. 5 spot for the Yankees in the 3rd, and they lead 5-0 on the Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard. Bobby Witt Jr. will lead off against Will Warren, who has 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. Count 0-1. Looped into center field. It's going to dunk in for base hit. Bobby Witt Jr. leads off with a single.
Well, when you look at his career numbers, you know the start is it's going to change. And he had 3 hits in Detroit the day before they got here. So he's going to go through a tear here and get hot. The Yankees are just hoping it's in a couple days from now.
Pasquantino with a high fly ball. Shallow right. Chisholm's there to make the play. Here's Caglione. Wood has great speed and base stealing ability, but does the 5-0 deficit keep him at first?
You see guys run much more now, down in the game than you used to. I think that, you just look at it as trying to take opportunities to, if you steal a base, you got a better chance of scoring a single than waiting for another home run.
(2-0).
Caglione was like the Ohtani in college. He was a two-way pitcher and a hitter. Didn't know when he was drafted. He was the 6th overall pick, 2024 in the first round. So didn't know if he was going to be a pitcher or an everyday player.
Caglione had his share of strikeouts last year, striking out 23% of the time. But it's a little concerning this year. In the first 20 games, he struck out 30.3% of the time. And that's too much.
Can't sugarcoat that one, Mike.
Nope. Got him. Wow. Down 5-0. It got picked off cleanly at first base.
Yeah, to see the replay where he wasn't looking or he just flat out was leaning towards second base. Yeah, it was a little twitch though, like he was going, and they picked it up and got it over there. Easy pickup.
Tell you what, that's got to be a really tough walk back to the dugout.
Mm-hmm. So when you're happy your manager's been thrown out and sitting in the office, he won't meet you at the top step.
And it shows you, I mean, this is one of the best players in baseball, and they could still make mistakes.
Yeah, you could see he was almost ready to, kind of twitching to go to second base to really, turn that left foot in front of the right and get going, and they just caught him right in the middle.
Another called strike 3, and the 6th strikeout for Warren. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 5-0 Yanks. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, the Yankees sent 9 batters to the plate when they scored 5 runs in the 3rd. Caballero leads off this inning and gets himself a hit. He fouled out to the catcher in the 3rd, but he starts this inning with a single.
It looks like Cameron is really getting a lot of the plate with some of his pitches, trying to get ahead, and the Yankees just going after it. Aggressive swings. Some great swings here from the Yankees today.
Here's J.C. Escara, reached third base on an E8. That opened the floodgates in the 3rd. Caballero with 9 stolen bases.
Michael, you look at these powder blue uniforms, you can't help to think that, George Brett, and what reminds me is the first time I was with the Reds, we went to spring training to play the Royals, and it's right when Bo Jackson had signed. You watch Bo Jackson walk out in this uniform. This looked like a cartoon character. He was just physically perfect. And we're hitting balls over the scoreboard, everything. He only played with him for 4 years, 86 through 90. And then he had, that horrible hip injury in football. But, man, it was unbelievable when he broke in.
One. Inside, 2-1.
Michael, does the name Gene Connell mean anything to you?
Gene Connell.
It's the most amazing story. Talking about Bo Jackson. Connell was one of the most unusual athletes in New York sports history. He played for the Yankees in 41. Played for the Rangers in the early 40s.
Wait. New York Hockey Rangers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then again, he played with the New York Knicks in late 40s. I mean, this guy did it all. Played for all 3 teams.
That one is driven into right center field. No error on this one. That splits the outfielders, and it goes to the wall. Caballero rounding third. He's coming home. It's an RBI double for Escara, and the Yankees lead 6-0.
Well, you've seen some good swings. We just went over. Escara just rips this ball, and then you just look up and you think how fun it is to have speed in your lineup, because Caballero scores easily from first. Another little breaking ball away, stays with it, and just lines it into left center or right center field. No chance right there to get Caballero. Watch him off to the races, knows it's not going to be caught. I tell you, when you're hitting and you're hitting doubles, you love a guy with speed that'll score from first.
Rosario takes outside. He hit a 2-run home run in the third inning. That's his third home run of the year, and he has 8 ribbies.
Cameron's only got, that's his 59th pitch. But a lot of them been hit hard, and I keep looking at the bullpen. Nobody up in the Kansas City bullpen yet. So,
well, the 3 home runs last inning, the exit velocity on them, presented by Spectrum. Rosario's was 112.1, Bellinger 105.1, and Rice 105.
wow,
Rice was the softest one.
Well,
yeah.
It's getting up there to, in Judge and Stanton territory.
Three and one. Three and two. Popped up. Massey. Well, you said the name, Paul, and we go to the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay. Andy Hawkins on the mound. Deion Sanders in center. And that was Deion who hit that ball. And he got hurt on that play. They were both hurt on a show for each other in that game.
He got hurt on that play, and he had 3 home runs going in, and then the first at bat back when he made it, he had 4 consecutive home runs.
If he didn't get hurt as a running back, he could have done a lot of special things in baseball.
Two guys right there that were pretty good at both sides, football and baseball. Bone Nose. Remember the Bone Nose commercials?
Oh, yeah. One of the great ad campaigns. So the 4th home run that you're talking about with Bo, that was after missing 38 games, and it came off of Randy Johnson. You know the one play I always think of with Bo Jackson? When he made a catch and climbed up the wall.
Kind of ran a circle around the wall.
Ran a circle up the wall. Just a freakish athlete. And the bullpen finally, I guess the phone was off the hook. Mitch Spence warming up.
You were talking about, I mean, we looked at that picture of Deion Sanders, and the first time I played against him, and obviously he was known for his speed, I was in Cincinnati. Aaron Jones goes down on an off-speed pitch, and he hit a ball down the line. And, you know, as a right fielder, and I'm playing in Riverfront Stadium, you have this little time clock. And I got a good carom, and I'm thinking, yeah, I might have a chance at second. I literally looked up, and he was already around second.
Wow.
Heading into third. I'm like, something's a little different here.
Bellinger rips one into right center field. That'll score Escara. It's an RBI single for Cody Bellinger, his third ribby of the game. And the Yankees are up 7-0.
Well, Bellinger's numbers on lefties were ridiculous last year. And again, today, just ball's out away from him, and he's able to just stay through it. Great swing, great balance, and not coming off the ball. That's the big thing, lefty on lefty, is you can't come off the ball. You got to stay through it. Cody Bellinger, some great swings today off camera.
Stanton checks his swing.
You can see Stanton kind of zoning in on camera, and if he continues to go away, you know, he's got a good opportunity to shoot one out the other way.
How about this throw by Bo?
Jimmy Leyritz. That's flat-footed too. That's just all arm right there. Mike Gallego. Boy, there's some names from the past.
Center field, Isbell is there, and that'll do it. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 man left on base. Bo knows baseball. So do we. Yankees lead. Tomorrow, don't miss a Sunday matinee on Yes as the Yankees and the Royals wrap up this weekend set here in the Bronx. Pre-game coverage begins at 1 with first pitch scheduled for 1:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Carter Jensen fouls off the Warren offering, and 5th inning is underway.
Mike, I'll feel a lot better about things if we're calling a sweep tomorrow, huh?
You'll feel good?
I feel like we really turned things around for him. What do you think?
That one is lined in the center field. It's a base hit. Ending the 4th inning was Caglione striking out looking. That was his 6th strikeout. 6 Yankee strikeouts brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealer. Here's all 6.
And what you notice about him, some of them are just looking. I mean, he's got good life on his fastball, and I think he's at 70 now. 70 strikeouts without the bat leaving your shoulder in the past couple years, which coming into the game, he was leading with 67. Just keeps going.
All right, so in answer to what you just said, I'm going to quote the great John Sterling.
Yeah.
You ready?
Right.
If I could impact what's on the field with my voice, I'm very underpaid.
Exactly. Very nice.
Massey fouls it back. So the 70 strikeouts looking for Warren, that's the most in the majors.
That didn't sound like that was the first time you were imitating John Sterling. Huh?
I can channel John after 10 years together. It'll be a 0-2.
Nice. I had to peek over there to see he wasn't sitting next to me. Still speak with him often?
Yes.
Yeah. Still tuning into the games?
He watches everything. He watches every sporting event. He's got 3 TVs going at the same time.
I know one thing he doesn't do. He returns calls. He has no clue what the numbers are.
No, and he doesn't know how to text.
Yeah. So I did call him when he retired. Congratulations. And he called me back a couple days later, and we're having a conversation. And all of a sudden, I realized he really didn't know who he was talking to. And he said, I didn't have your number stored. I said, John, it's Paul O'Neill. It's like, oh, okay.
7 strikeout.
Sorry, Michael.
That's okay, Meredith. What's up?
I was just going to say I had a similar scenario with John Paul. Same thing. Called to check in on him, and, it took a little while.
Yes. And you could tell he's talking, trying to figure out who he's talking to. And it just, it takes a while. There's that awkward point where you got to introduce yourself to him, right? On the phone.
His voice sounds amazing still, though, Paul.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to store the names because he still uses a flip phone.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No?
It took me a long time to get over my razor, like a couple years ago.
0-2. Warren pitching a gem 56 pitches, 1 out into the 5th inning. Came in at 1-0, 2.45. His ERA is now at 1.99. Trying to nail that outside corner. 2-2. Strike 3, another call third strike.
Now, this is one that you understand because he froze him. He threw that two-seamer right at his front hip and then kind of ran it back over the plate, and that can freeze a hitter. But you also see some four-seamers right down the middle. Guys just don't pull the trigger. Great pitch right there.
Paul, how does a hitter hit that ball? It's starting out at you, and then it just doesn't seem like
Yeah,
it should happen.
It's very tough because you got to have good movement. But the only problem is it's such a hard pitch for left or righties to throw correctly every time. If you get it out over the middle of the plate, then the hitter can read it. But you know, if it starts at your hip, that's where you freeze and you give up on it.
Strike. So 0-2 on Lane Thomas. 12 of 17 first pitch strikes for Will Warren. One and two. Popped up. Rice, Scara, they run out of room.
You know, I'm just thinking, you talked about Garrett Cole, you talked about Rodon. You got Clark Schmidt out there too, you know.
But that'll be about August.
Paul, you mentioned Clark Schmidt. He was actually in the clubhouse when the Yankees were playing the Rays at Tropicana Field, and he took a major step in his rehab process, throwing from the mound for the first time. He was so excited that he was able to get back out there, even though there were no hitters. He threw about 10 pitches, but just to get the ball in his hand again and be able to throw from the mound was something that was a big step for him.
All right, so the pitcher's called a ball, and Will Warren challenged by T-Mobile.
The pitch is a ball. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
That's a rare pitcher's challenge. It doesn't happen very often.
And if you look at the percentages, believe it or not, the pitchers aren't real good at challenging. Catchers are really good. The pitchers not so much.
Another strike 3 looking. A lot of window shopping for the Royals against Will Warren. 3 more strikeouts, 9 in 5 innings.
Garrett Cole was in the Yankees clubhouse earlier today. He's in the dugout right now. Yesterday, he was throwing for the Somerset Patriots, 4+ innings for him. I spoke to him for the pregame show today, and he told me overall everything felt good. He's extremely encouraged. His velocity about 95, 96 miles an hour. The delivery felt solid. He was throwing a lot of strikes. Certainly still more to do. It's about building himself up at this point in time, but so far he's checked just about every box he has needed to. But he said building holding up, well, that's a big physical box that he is going to have to check. So far, so good. The recovery has been good. He didn't feel any additional soreness that he doesn't typically feel after going out there and throwing his first outing. But, guys, he told me the adrenaline yesterday was high when he was out there on the mound. He said he got a couple more ticks on the velocity than he was getting in those live sessions just because he was so excited to be back out there. Now, he actually got in his car and was listening to the game on the radio as he was driving home. He heard the Ryan McMahon home run, and he said he actually screamed in the car, Michael. So happy for his teammate.
It's very cool. Now, I was talking to him today, too. He seems so pumped up. You know, this guy, it's not just a baseball player. He loves baseball. He loves the science of pitching as well. You saw that Mitch Spence is in for the Royals, and I had an opportunity. I was talking to him with NJ.com's Bob Clappers, who pitches during his, I mean, he loves the art of pitching. And I'm just mesmerized when you hear Garrett Cole break down what he did, why he threw the pitches that he did yesterday. And it's a science to him. It really is. That one's up the middle, right at Witt, and they retire Rice. And I did something today. You know I'm a rules follower, Paul.
Yeah.
I broke rules.
You did.
All right, so you had to be out of the clubhouse today. Yeah, I'm going to tell on myself. You have to be out of the clubhouse at 11:30. And when that clock hits 11:30, you have to be out, because that's when Aaron Boone will speak.
Right.
Well, at about 11:24, we started to talk to Cole. And he was on a roll, and no one would break up Cole. So we were there till like 11:35. So they're going to have to hit me with a demerit. But we got out late.
You only get a couple. It's like 3 strikes and you're out. Like.
Now, Paul, what he's not telling you is he walked into the Aaron Boone press conference. Everybody saw him walk in. He sat down, and then Aaron Boone got up. It was over.
Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. That's hit sharply. Wow. Oh, what a play by Garcia. And he guns down Grichuk. That ball just was on him in a second, and he fought it and then got up and made a perfect throw. He won a Gold Glove last year.
Yeah, we talk about his defense, and look, he catches this going away from the ball because it's hit so hard. There's no way to like judge a hop. You kind of just stand your ground and field it to the side, but then plenty of time. It's hit that hard. What a play. Grichuk didn't like it, but
no.
Slow motion looked cool.
Chisholm dribbles one first base, and it kicks foul. What are you seeing with Jazz, why he's not being Jazz right now?
Well, it's home runs in his mind. There's no doubt about it. He's had a lot of pitches since I've been here, just in this series that you see him usually crush, and he's just trying too hard to elevate the ball and pull the ball. And again, what I tell you a home run is, Michael, it's a bad pitch and a good swing. And right now he's getting some good pitches to hit, and he's just trying to do a little bit too much with it. And believe me, every major league hitter's been there when you feel like you haven't hit a home run in a while.
He's still sitting on 0. He was a 30-30 guy last year. One and 2. 0 for 2 today. Ground ball to first and a strikeout. 31 home runs last year. OPS 813 from a second baseman. That's really good for any position. That's good, except for Judge, who's usually about 1.2. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes. Spence retires the Yankees in order 1-2-3. We're going to go to the 6th. Yankees are up 7-0 over KC. Well, thank you, Justin. Let's go around the majors. Munetaka Murakami of the White Sox, 6 home runs in 20 games. Had his first grand slam last night. Ohtani, 49-game on-base streak, 4th longest in Dodgers history. And Coors Field, a game played after 3 inches of snow on Friday. Isbell takes a strike as we start the 6th inning. Murakami's played very, very well for the White Sox, and there was not as much of a demand on the free agent market for him as people thought. So the White Sox got him at a very reasonable price. And down goes Isbell. 10 strikeouts for Will Warren, and he struck out 4 in a row.
This is just one of those days that you look at everything is working. His two-seamer's been good, his four-seamer, and now even the breaking ball. It's just, these are those great days where everything you throw, you have complete control of.
Garcia takes a strike. He's one of the strikeout victims. He also opened the game with a double, but they stranded him there. And the Royals have 3 hits.
And that last strikeout, he actually kind of turned that ball over, and that's why you're starting to see the splits get better in favor of Warren, where he's got a changeup that he can use as a weapon to strike out left-handed hitters.
One and two. Can he make it 5 in a row? Nope, not yet. This is his 3rd career game with 10 or more strikeouts, and the others were both last year. He had 11 on June 17th against the Angels and 10 on May 20th against the Texas Rangers. Popped up on the right side. And Judge will make the play. It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 250 hitter, 332 hits, 20 home runs. With the Yankees, 76, 77, 78. Sometime with the Royals. The Giants started with the Royals.
I got no chance.
I got
it?
Yeah, I got it. I
You're
can't
cheap.
believe it. Scooped up by Rosario. And he retires.
All right, folks, I'll find out where he got it from during the break, all right?
The New York Lottery. This could be your lucky play. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Monitor Einstein scoreboard, bottom of the 6th inning, 7-0 Yankees lead. Now you take a look at the latest iteration of Yankee Stadium. This is actually the 3rd Yankee Stadium. And on this date, 1923, Paul, the original Yankee Stadium opened.
I did see that in the notes. But they built it in like less than a year, right?
284 days. And this is what baffles me. I go to you for financial advice.
Yeah.
So that in 1923, it cost $2.4 million to build. Now I know there's inflation, right?
Which would be like 40 or 50, right?
Grounded up the middle, and Witt can't get a handle as Caballero beats it out. So in today's dollars, Paul, that's $44 million.
Yeah, well.
So, I mean, you can't build a parking lot for that now.
I know.
And they're at the grand opening. And the reason the Yankees built this ballpark, Paul, was because they were tenants of the Giants in the Polo Grounds, and then they got so big when they got Babe Ruth that John McGraw said, get out. And so the Yankees said, oh, we'll get out. We'll build the bigger place right across the river where you could see it. And that's exactly what they did. And the opener was against the Red Sox, 74,200 people. Yankees won. Babe Ruth hit the first home run. And in the New York Evening Telegram, a legendary sports writer, Fred Lieb, called Yankee Stadium, he's the first guy to ever say this, the house that Ruth built. That stayed with it.
It's been around for a while.
Just moved across the street. So that was from 1923, and then they refurbished it during the 74-75 seasons where the Yankees played at Shea Stadium, and it's called a refurbishment, but it was almost torn down to the studs. And then they opened up the beautiful Yankee Stadium that you played in, and they were there from 1976 to 2008, and this place opened in 2009.
I don't know whether
up the middle, Spence knocks it down, takes the out at first as Caballero moves to second.
more impressed with the price, or more impressed that you built a stadium in less than a year.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
I can't even get my kitchen done at home in less than a year. Huh?
And it probably cost more than $2.4 million.
I hope not. Mom was carving the checks. But
Here's Rosario, runner at second. Yankees lead 7-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. And a strike from Spence. Oh, 0-2. Grounded foul. And a base hit up the middle for Rosario. Caballero will score. It's an RBI single. His third ribby of the game, and the Yankees lead 8-0.
well, the offense has definitely shown up today. You've seen home runs, you've seen speed, you've seen base hits. Another good at bat from Rosario off a righty, a hanging slider right up the middle.
Well, he was a cheerleader for most of last year when he came over at the trade deadline. He's much more than a cheerleader now. Here's Aaron Judge. 2 walks and a strikeout.
And Michael, just back to Amed Rosario for a minute. Aaron Boone said this morning that he's just very prepared. He's talented, and he provides a spark for this team that certainly helps him both in the dugout and out on the field. Now, when I walked into the clubhouse today, Rosario had a sign on the top shelf of his locker in the clubhouse. It said "Win" in big letters, and then under it, it says "What's important now." Underneath that, it said "Mindset." I asked him about it, and he said the senior director of organizational performance, Chad Bowling, gave it to him. It's just a reminder for him on a daily basis to stay present.
Pretty good stuff.
We need a poster up here.
We do.
Yeah.
I do think
know
it
what
would
it's gonna
help.
say.
Yeah.
Right field, down the line, and foul ball. There's several posters I have in mind, but I'm choosing not to say them.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I think the last poster I had was like Farrah Fawcett. I don't think
that
that'd
was
go
what
well
I was
up
thinking
here.
of.
Nice.
Might be the most famous poster. That and Don Mattingly's Hitman.
Nice.
Two and 2. 8-0 Yankees. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Great sports day here, Michael, as we enjoy the Yankees. You got the Knicks tonight, huh?
And that's a strikeout of Judge. All right, that's 2 down as Bellinger comes up. And let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Can he hit a second home run or more? It'd be plus 900 on Bet365.
Yeah.
Maybe deep to right. Caglione back. See ya. A 2-run home run for Bellinger. Somebody cashed in, and it's the Yankees as they lead 10-0.
Well, that's tremendous. I mean, he's had great swings all day. When I saw that, I'm like, you know, that's not a bad opportunity. When a player's got this good a swing, and now he faces a righty. Wow, what a day.
5 ribbies, 3 hits, not too bad. He had not hit a home run in 11 straight games, so he has 2 in 1 game.
Just off the end of the bat, but still plenty to get it out to right center field.
Oh, that's a pretty sweet catch, too.
I mean, isn't baseball weird, though? The ups and downs. You go 20 games without a home run, then you hit 2 in 1 day. You know, you go for 10, then you go 8 for 8. There's no rhyme or reason. Fans, you know, look at you when you're going bad. It's like, how could you be this bad? And, you know, you ask yourself the same thing. But then all of a sudden, it turns, and you wonder how you ever went through that time where you weren't hitting.
What a play by Bobby Witt Jr. And Stanton's going, really? Really? He's 0 for 4. Bellinger isn't. Cast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, you see it there. He's used everything. I mean, the four-seamer, the sinker, and the changeup against the lefty. A season high. 10 strikeouts. He's had a great game today. Like I said, just one of those days where everything is working for you. Your control's good. Got some changes in the field, Michael. Let me know what's going on.
We got Rosario moving from third to right, so they give Judge the rest of the day off. And last night's hero, Ryan McMahon, takes over third base. There's a strike. Fly ball into right center. Rosario gets tested right away. 1 down.
You know, there's a right fielder, center field. So Aaron Judge and Grissom, they basically know each other well enough where a ball's hit, you know who's got it. This is an odd situation because you got Bellinger in center field, Rosario, who's usually at third base, and all of a sudden the ball is kind of hit in between. Cody Bellinger kind of peeked over and didn't call him off. Made it an easier play.
Caglione hits one into right center, cut off there by Bellinger. He'll fire into second. Perfect throw.
Wow.
Caglione with a single. That was a good throw, man.
Well, Cody Bellinger, I was just wondering, and I'm sure Meredith will probably talk to him after the game. Any different kind of preparation when, you know, you come to the ballpark, you're playing left field every day. All right, now you're going to play center today. Last year, you're going to play first today. It's just amazing to me how easy he makes it moving around the field.
And he's better than average at every position he plays.
Yeah, he's just not filling a gap. I mean, he's good defensively wherever you put him.
One and one on Carter Jensen catching today. Sal Perez has a day off, day game after night game.
Well, after all the close games the Yankees have been playing, I mean, Aaron Boone and Blake, they deserve a game like this. We just kind of hang out and sit in the sun and kind of watch the boys go at it.
So, you know, they haven't had many laughers. So this is a 21st game. 14 games have been decided by 2 runs or fewer. That's the most in the major leagues, and they're 7-7 in those games. And that's the most through 20 games that they've had that type of game since 1972. And everything's been a nail-biter, Paul, because each of their last 5 wins have come in their final at bat.
Right.
Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. Just 84 pitches by Will Warren. 1 out here in the 7th. 3-2 count on Jensen, runner at first. Right field and deep. Rosario will watch it go into the seats. A 2-run home run for Jensen. And it's 10-2 Yanks.
Well, finally a ball that he kind of missed with. It looked like a breaking ball out over the middle of the plate. We'll call it when we see it. But, you know, all of a sudden, the first blemish of the day. It was a heater up in the strike zone, and he got to it. We've seen a lot of guys swing through that ball. Finally got one out on the barrel.
High fly ball, right side. In the seats. Yankees will get someone up in the bullpen. Well, Chavihi starts to throw. Soft ground ball, first base. Rice steps on the bag for out number 2. Well, come celebrate Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd. There'll be appearances by your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Max Fried Mandalorian bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com, and may the Force be with you. And Blackburn also up. Isaac Collins fouls it away. (19 of 25). First pitch strikes for Will Warren. And a strike. He's thrown 90 pitches, 60 for strikes.
Yeah, he's been on today, other than that home run, which really was a ball kind of out of the strike zone that he kind of tomahawked. I mean, he's just been phenomenal today.
Looking to go 2-0. Swing and a miss. 11th strikeout for Will Warren. But a blemish here in the 7th inning, the 2-run home run by Jensen at the end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. All Yankees so far, they're up 10-2. But we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
The light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
Well, thank you, Dylan, and thank you, Justin. 10-10-0 for the Yanks, 2-5-1 for the Royals. Cameron went 4. Carter Jensen's had a decent day. Will Warren's had a great day. And Cody Bellinger might even be better than great. 3 for 4, 2 home runs with 5 runs batted in. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Ben Rice will start it off. Mitch Spence still in there. Came in to start the 5th. Rice with a home run against the left-hander Cameron in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3. Two and 0. So 3-0 on Rice. Yankees lead by 8, 10-2. A win today, and the Yankees will take the series. Three and 1. And Ben Rice is on to start the 7th. Well, fan, Yankee games are on Yes, and they're streaming live on the Gotham Sports app, included for free with your eligible TV provider subscription. Download and sign into the Gotham Sports app now and check out all the great Yankees content, including game highlights, post-game sound, and full episodes of Homegrown. There's Randall Grichuk. Almost knocked down Michael Garcia in the 5th inning, but thrown out. He has 1 hit and 3 at-bats, a double to left field in the 3rd. So, Paul, all the buttons pushed were correct today, but you have another lefty on the mound for the Royals tomorrow. You run out the same lineup?
Yeah, you're going through. I would imagine Wells would be back in there. Other than that, yeah, you might send out the same group, because this is one of those games that happened before in this homestand where some guys were getting the day off, but they actually got to play half of the game. So
right.
I think Aaron Boone thinks, I got him in the game. I'll keep him sharp, and pretty much same lineup. Possibly Wells back in the lineup tomorrow.
You do wonder, will they give Stanton a day off because he's been struggling, and have Goldschmidt get a game? Mm-hmm. There's one. That's all they'll get. Garcia had some trouble getting it out of his glove, and he's angry with himself. There's Jazz Chisholm. And they always try to give Stanton a rest when there's an off day after that, so this way he get 2 days off in a row. Jazz is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Giancarlo is 0 for 4 today, 1 for his last 20. Not holding Grichuk on at first. Ten runs on 10 hits for the Yanks, 2 runs on 5 hits for Kansas City. 2-1. The 2-1. 3-1. And a walk to Jazz Chisholm. First and second, 1 man out. Time for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And Meredith, what do you have on Carlos Rodon?
Well, Michael, he was throwing in Bridgewater, New Jersey, the home of the Somerset Patriots. 58 pitches for him, 4 ups. He faced 3 different hitters, one of whom was Anthony Volpe. Next step for him will likely be to start his rehab clock, although the Yankees have not made that decision official yet. Aaron Boone did say earlier today that Carlos Rodon is probably still a bit ahead of Garrett Cole, but something to keep an eye on. The good news is both of these guys are on the mound and throwing and will eventually join this Yankees rotation this season.
You think about it, Paul, 2 unbelievable additions to a pitching staff.
I mean, yeah, it only looks brighter going down the line here when you know, you see as good as pitching's going on right now, starters, and then you're going to add 2 of the quality guys in the league.
Ground ball, second base. There's 1. That's all they'll get. And Grichuk moves to third. Check out the Yankee bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Probably not going to be any need for the high leverage guys. And they'll probably go lower leverage right now. Guys that are still trying to move up in the pecking order to get the final 6 outs. Escara with a big cut. 0-1.
Michael, as I look around, I'm thinking, what's different? We haven't had a how about that yet. That's what's missing so far.
Oh, it's locked and loaded. Don't
We're
worry.
going late, huh?
Oh, look at it.
About that.
Yeah, I got a button up here I can push. See that?
The 2-1. Fly ball right field. Caglione dives, can't make the play, and that'll go to the wall. 2 runs will score. Escara is going for 3, and he will make it. It's a 2-run triple, and the Yankees lead by 10 again, 12-2.
This is just great to see. I mean, guys that are having great swings. Escara trying to get going offensively. We've talked about it in the backup catcher's position so hard. But what an effort in a 10-2 game. What an effort. You've got to be happy on the Kansas City guys to see guys still playing at this intensity, diving for the ball, but it ends up being a triple. The first triple is taken away from him, went to an error. I mean, the
so
last
now this
time
is a real first
the
triple.
last time a catcher hit 2 triples, Lord knows when, right?
James knows.
Oh, yeah? Get those little fingers going over there, James.
They're not taking this one away, JC. That was a great effort by Caglione. Just didn't come up with it. Here's Rosario. 3 ribbies on the day for Ahmed. 0-1. Well, we've got the answer for you, Paul. Last Yankee catcher with 2 triples in the game. We go back to 1983. Butch Weininger. Coming in, Massey, and he retires Rosario. And the Yankees hit 2 more runs. We go to the 8th. It's 12-2 Bombers. Yankee, those are the numbers. Those are the teams. And the answer is Fran Healy. Very close on those late 70 teams with Reggie Jackson, a confidant of Mr. October, backup catcher, later became a broadcaster for the Yankees and the Mets. The answer, Fran Healy.
It's impressive, Michael. You just pulled that one out.
New pitcher is Paul Blackburn. Will Warren's day is over.
Man, that was a good one. Strikeouts, great stuff today. 7 innings.
Well, he was acquired from the Royals for Larry Gora, who we just gave a short shrift for yesterday. Won championships with the Yankees 2 years. Yankee broadcaster and a Met broadcaster. Line drive and caught by Jazz Chisholm and retired Thomas. And that'll bring up Kyle Isbell. So unless the Royals have a very unlikely rally, they'll have lost their 6th straight game. And the Yankees, in recent history, Paul, have just absolutely dominated the Royals. A win here will give the Yankees a 20-1 record in the last 21 regular season series against Kansas City, and that dates back to 2015. And if you want to put that in wins and losses, they would be 54-18. And there's some playoff teams in there, Kansas City.
Yeah, they beat them in the playoffs too. It's just every once in a while you get teams where just everything lines up well, and it's a good matchup. You outscore them, you pitch well. Yankees do that against Minnesota a lot too. throw up a lot of wins.
The 0-2. Still 0-2.
If they played the Central more, the Yankees might win 100 games every year. I mean, it's just like they beat up on the Central Division.
Nice play by Blackburn. So 2 down, back to the top of the order, and Garcia. Crowd of 42,070 here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Bronx. Skied the other way and out of play. Up the middle, just Chisholm right there. And Blackburn retires the Royals in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, Paul, you asked for it, and now Mel Allen will tell you what it is. Hit it, Ezra.
How about that?
All right, Jack Caglione, nicknamed Jack Tani in college for his Shohei Ohtani-like impact as both a pitcher and a power hitter. Has a fastball that topped 101 miles per hour on the mound and produced exit velocities of over 120 at the plate. And as a junior in 2024, tied the NCAA Division I record by homering in 9 straight games. Mel?
How about that?
Yeah. McMahon is first at bat, takes a strike, 1-1. Now, I know it's hard to do both, and you see the changes for the Royals. But if you're that good pitching, why would you not have him do that as well as hit? I mean, it's been proven by Ohtani it can be done.
Mm-hmm. You know, does that open the door for guys like this? I don't know. You'd have to ask, you know, organizations if they would trust that, if anybody else would do it. Caglione, I just wonder if he even, you know, steps foot on a mound anymore. And just
Probably not.
for old time's sake, you know.
It's nice for him to know he has that in his toolbox. And McMahon, who had that big home run last night, starts off the 8th inning with a walk. And here's Bellinger, 2 home runs, an RBI single, 5 ribbies, 2 runs scored. All right, so you have 2 home runs. Are you trying for 3 in a blowout game?
You know, it's entering your mind. You try to fight that feeling, but, you know, when it's 12-2, you're thinking, what? And I'm feeling good at the plate. If I see one, I'm going to let it rip.
One and one. Two and one on Bellinger. Bellinger has had a 3 home run game, and it was last July 11th against the Cubs. And the 3-1. He walked him. Now, Paul, you did both.
Oh, now see, I could throw in high school. I hadn't pitched in a long time, but I lost my head right there. Look at Larkin laughing at me. Yeah, that was a bullet. Oh, okay, show my strikeout. I had a strikeout before I lost my arm out there. You know what happened that night, Michael? Other than screwing my arm up, I warmed up in the bullpen. I was having so much fun. I warmed up in the bullpen and threw like 9 innings before I even took the mound.
Now, you really did hurt your arm because you pitched 2 innings, right?
Yeah. It's I felt like I had a knife in my arm for a year. Didn't tell anybody, but you know, when you're trying to, I was pitching then because you know I didn't have a position to play at that point because Dave Parker was in right field every day.
1-0 to Stanton. Now, if you believe in due, Stanton is due. 1 for his last 20. He's 0 for 4 today. First and second, nobody out. Long foul. The facing of the third deck.
Wow.
Two and 1 on the Yankee DH, cleaning up today. It's odd when you have 12 runs and your cleanup hitter doesn't have a ribby. Two and 2. You said this yesterday, Paul. You still think he's leaking forward or back toward the visitor's dugout?
He looks like a little heavy on his front side because when he doesn't use a lot of a leg kick or anything, but when he kind of starts landing heavy on his front foot, you can tell his head's moving a little bit, and it's a little thing, but it just gets him off balance a little bit.
High fly ball. Lane Thomas makes the play. Here's Wade Boggs pitching, and he was not throwing hard, but boy, did he want to play in this game. He always wanted to do it. He had a great knuckleball.
Great Mel Stoudemire. You know what? You can find some fun in this game. We were probably getting beat up 10-0 at that point, right?
Nick Swisher had one of those outings where he also pitched.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it's a tough thing because if a position player is in, usually your team's getting crushed. And you're having fun. It's kind of like a childhood dream.
Right.
You don't want to smile, but okay, but we know the lunacy of it that a position player is pitching. There's a strike to Rice. Rice 1 for 3 and a walk. Had a 7th home run of the year, a solo shot in the 3rd against the left-hander Noah Cameron. Two and 1. Did they have the radar gun on you? Did you hit 90 that day?
Yeah, early. The funny thing was you say that. I mean, literally the first inning I was in like 92, 93, which is really good when you haven't thrown. And then by the end of the game, the next inning, I was like in the 70s. Oh, it was the tank was empty.
That was Pete Rose as your manager, right?
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, maybe I should start this guy when he's throwing 92, 93.
Until I started getting bombed. I'll never forget, I went in the clubhouse and Pat Pacillo, you remember that name? He was a pitcher for the Reds. He started the game. And he was like laughing, and you know, because I gave up I'm looking at him and thinking to myself, you're the one who got bombed. You're a pitcher. That's the only reason I was out there. I remember a pitching story. You remember Tim Burtis?
Yeah.
A big lefty, and he was a bullpen guy, but he was getting a big start. And that's back in the National League where the pitchers hit, right? And I'll never forget, we were in the clubhouse, and he literally was over in his locker so fired up he was going to hit, right? So he's taping his bat, getting the handle already. He got bombed in the first inning.
He never hit?
Even got to the plate. And I remember Buddy Bell at the time walked by and say, "Hey, Bert, how'd that bat work for you?" I'm like,
man,
I never laughed so hard in my life.
So a 3-2 count on Rice. First and second, one out. Bottom of the 8th. And a walk. 3 walks to load the bases. Spence is running on fumes right now. Taking one for the team.
Yeah, nobody up in the bullpen, and he's making a mess at this 8th inning.
And that'll bring up Randall Grichuk. Oh, strike.
I wonder, there's certain like rules of the game. You don't run when it's 10-0. You don't sacrifice. You don't drag bunt. I wonder if that's going to be one of those rules where you don't challenge a pitch too. Close pitch. It's 10-1.
That's not a bad point. Were you on that team, the Yankee team, where you guys had a 6-0 lead over Detroit? Sparky Anderson was the manager?
Yes, because Buck was managing, and yeah.
High fly ball. Caglione makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is McMahon. It's a sac fly for Grichuk. Lucky 13-2. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores, proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Now, there is a rule that there are no challenges allowed when a position player is pitching.
Mm-hmm.
I bring up that game because you guys were leading 6-0 maybe in the 5th inning. Sparky Anderson was the manager of the Tigers. And you stole a base. Somebody stole a base on the Yankees. And Sparky went nuts.
Right.
Absolutely. He was screaming at Buck across the, old Tiger Stadium field. And afterward, he's still killing him, and they had come back to beat you.
Yeah, exactly. And the rule of thumb was in the old days, 5 runs or more, because you couldn't tie it with the grand slam. You like put the brakes on the base running, and it's not even close to being that now. You see guys 6-0, they're stealing. I mean, you have to, as big as a home run is in the game today, that you score as many runs as you can.
Well, I've never understood it. Just the rules should have been different for different ballparks. At Fenway, 6-0 is different than 6-0 in a different. Same thing with Tiger Stadium with that overhang in right field.
And another thing, and Sparky was one of them, that managers did on purpose. You were up 5-0. They wouldn't hold you on first base.
They dared you.
Yeah. So it's almost like, if you're going to run, somebody's going to get hit, or we're just going to put our first baseman back to put the brakes on you anyway.
And just the comedic angle of it, even after the game, he's just hammering Buck, and they won the game. They came back and won, so it shows you it wasn't an insurmountable lead.
I guess our pen wasn't on that day.
I guess not. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Yankees up by 11, 13-2. And Jazz's struggles continues. 1 run, 3 walks, 2 men left. We go to the 9th inning. Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Citizens, make sense of your money with Citizens. Hi, Paul. We looked up the exact date, May 7, 1993 at Detroit. You're up 6-0 in the 6th inning, and Pat Kelly steals a base. Detroit ends up winning the game 7-6 and 12, and Tettleton with a walk-off single against Scott Kamenicki.
Mickey Tettleton. Wow.
Here's Tyler Tolbert. His first at bat. On this day, Paul, on this day in 1950, Vin Scully calls his first game for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
He had a few more after that.
He
too.
certainly did. He is the GOAT. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. And the amazing thing about that, he was not that far removed from Fordham.
Right? Was he the start of the big broadcasting like string of people?
From Fordham, yes.
Mel Allen, was he at Fordham, guy?
No.
No.
So from 1950 to 2016, longest tenured broadcaster in sports, the Frick Award in the Hall of Fame, Lifetime Achievement Emmy Award, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, Red Barber actually called his house. You know, he had met him and was giving him some assignments, and you know, Vin Scully wasn't home. And when he got home, Vince's mom said, "Oh, the nicest man called." and Scully said, "Who?" He said, "She said Red Skelton."
The comedian?
Yeah.
That is funny.
She says, "Mom, do you mean Red Barber?" She was, "Oh yeah, maybe it was Red Barber." And that's kind of how his career began. Pasquantino with a high fly ball to right. Rosario puts it away for the first out. Tonight, we've got live minor league baseball on Yes as the AA Somerset Patriots take on the Reading Fightin' Phils. Watch all the action tonight at 6 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Here's Jack Caglione.
You know, Michael, you look at things in your life, and there's sometimes in your life, wow, I wish I could do that again. When I look at those minor league days, that's something I don't want to do again.
It was tough, right?
It wasn't fun. It really wasn't. Playing
Now, from what I
baseball.
hear, it's much better now.
Yes, things have changed. I mean, we were making $600 a month, $10 a day in meal money, taking bus rides for forever.
Rolls over on that one. Ground ball to Rice. He steps on the bag as Tolbert moves to second and out away. And after that final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Well, didn't you buy a fancy car with your signing bonus? Didn't you use that in the minors?
Yeah, well, you don't travel with your car. That was just stayed in the garage and plumbed that baby blue Firebird. Yeah, it was a beauty. Seemed like a smart decision at the time.
I'll tell you what, if Neville, your wife, has probably run out of ideas to get you for birthday, that would be unbelievable. She could track down that car in that color and give that to you for your birthday.
Oh, it had little kind of white walls on it.
Yeah. Nev, think about that. 2-0.
Yeah, my Firebird, to put it in, it's about the same color as the Royals uniform.
Yeah.
That was it.
How long did you have it?
A couple years.
Yeah.
Before I figured out I probably can't afford this and I don't spend it much, don't drive it much.
Strike to Jensen. Jensen, the only blemish on Will Warren's ledger today, that 2-run home run with 1 out in the 7th. Otherwise, Warren was great. 11 strikeouts, tying a career high. 7 really strong innings, and obviously the offense supported him, and he's going to watch the final out from the dugout. Helped out by a Yankee offense. I gave him 13 runs.
Got to be great to be a starting pitcher and have a good day. You got 4 nights to just kind of sit and think about it.
And Jensen works a walk. So he's had a good day, Jensen. 2 for 3. Single, a home run, and a walk. So first and second, 2 men out here in the 9th. And that will bring up Massey. You know, when you're picking star of the game, and obviously we've got to make that call. I mean, Bellinger's been unbelievable today,
yeah.
but the starting pitcher was so good. I'm glad I'm not entrusted with that decision.
You'd be stressing out right now?
I would. No, I mean, that's why, you know, higher pay bracket than I will make that decision. Fly ball, right center, on the run, Rosario. He can't make the play. It's over his head. So Tolbert scores. Jensen scores. It's a 2-run double for Massey, and now it's 13-4.
That ball hit hard into right center. I mean, he gets a good jump on it, just kind of overruns it. Look, it ends up over his back shoulder. You got to remember, he's filling in for Aaron Judge out there. He's an infielder.
Collins will take high. And again, the Royals down to their final strike. And Blackburn deals a little bit high, 2-2. Royals about to go 7-14. The Yankees about to go 12-9. And the count full at 3-2. And the payoff. Foul back. Good pitching matchup tomorrow. A couple of left-handers. Ryan Weathers for the Yankees. Cole Reagans will go for the Royals. 1:35 first pitch. We'll have it on yes. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. A great Saturday afternoon for that man and for the Yankees as a whole. Will Warren picks up his second victory with 7 strong innings. So the Yankees win the series against the Royals. They'll try to sweep tomorrow, but the offense comes alive.
Yeah, the offense showed up today, and they've had so many close games. It was nice to have a game where, you know, the pitching was great. The offense was even better. It's just one of those days where you can relax and look forward to trying to sweep the Royals.
I keep getting asked, who is Boone's pointing to? His family sits up there, people he gets tickets for, so that's who he always points to after a victory.
Nice.
So the mystery is solved as the Yankees win 13-4.
Cody, big afternoon for the offense. 13 runs total, 5 in that third inning. What's it like being a part of it when guys up and down the order are contributing like that?
Yeah, that was a great one. Rosie really getting us started there. And then for us, just kind of following suit. Will tying his career high with 11 punchies. So, you know, when the pitcher's on the mound doing that, it makes it a little easier for us.
Noah Cameron, tough on lefties. You got in the batter's box in the third inning. How much was it in your mind to be aggressive early in that count?
Yeah, I felt like I liked where I was at my first at bat, and you know, I just wanted to continue just taking my swing, and you know, just whatever happens after that happens.
That was your first of 2 home runs on the afternoon. You hit one in the 6-2. Did you think that one was going out there?
Thought it was going to go way further than that, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just glad it got out, and wind was blowing in a little bit today, but I'm glad it got out.
Cody, appreciate the time. I'm going to talk to that guy right there with the 11 strikeouts, Will Warren. Will, what allowed you to have so much success this afternoon? How did you keep guys off balance?
Yeah, attacking the zone, trusting my stuff, and then obviously the offense was banging today, so it's really nice to go out there with a lead.
How much does it help you when you get that type of run support to really just go out there and attack?
Yeah, you know, we're not worried about giving up 1 or 2. You know, when they put up 10, it's really easy for me to go out there and do my job, so it's very nice.
How much movement did you feel like you had on your fastball today? It seemed like it confused a lot of guys in that batter's box, among other things.
Yeah, I think having the 2, mixing and, you know, executing our pitches on the zone, and overall just trusting it. I think the trust makes it move a little more in my mind, so I'm happy where it's at.
7 strong, was it meaningful to you to go deeper into the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been talking about it. As a starter, I want to go deep in the game. That's our job, and today, you know, I got to do that.
Will, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Send it back to you.